important. And I wanted to ask, I know in some situations the brides can be a little bit demanding when it comes to the wedding gifts. A friend of mine and I were doing the registry the other day, and she was kind of wanting to just scan everything, in the store. What are some ways that brides can avoid being kind of too demanding when it comes to the gifts and the registry and things like that?
Like I said, almost every woman dreams about her wedding day and the events that lead up to it. They often have these grandiose ideas of, what they want to include on their registry and all the wonderful things that they need, to start their new life. So it's not uncommon to have a demanding bride. But one way to avoid this is that they should keep in mind that it's not about the gifts. It's about the sharing with the family and the friends. And they have to register for gifts at all price points. And the simplest way to calm a bride who is just really, just being extra demanding about the gifts is just remind them that at almost any store that they register at, they can exchange the things they get for what they want if it's that big of a deal.
Okay, I got it. So you know what that means. Have a return box at the door. You know what you're going to return and you know what you're going to keep, just in case.
It's the way it works. You will always find somebody that will get something that wasn't on the registry that you don't need or don't want, and, you thank them for it, and you take it and get what it is you want.
Got it. Got it. Brandi, you seem to have found such a colorful and it really seems like a fun career path that you're on with star-studded weddings and events. What is the most fulfilling part of your job?
My specialty is really bringing out the essence of the person and putting that individuality into their event. And knowing that I've created the perfect event for that specific person and being able to just stand back and observe the guests and the guests of honor enjoying their event, knowing that I've helped them to celebrate one of life's many milestones, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel fulfilled.
And, we talk a lot about purpose on this show, and every time I speak to someone who has their own company like yourself or someone who's obviously on a path that isn't just a job, it's not just a 9-to-5. They clearly understand that they have a gift that they have to share with the world, and they found a way to kind of weave that gift into their career path. What do you feel is your purpose in life?
Some people wander through their entire lives trying to figure out their purpose. And I can honestly say, for as long as I can remember, I've always known that my purpose was to help others and to bring joy into the lives of those that I come in contact with. My challenge has instead been figuring out what that really means and what I was supposed to do with this gift that God has given me to fulfill that purpose. And I believe that I've found it. My mantra is, I create memories that last a lifetime. And some people may not see planning events as a life-changing experience or even a significant contribution to society, but ask any mother who watches her little girl walk down the aisle or any father who celebrated his son's graduation if they will ever forget those memories. And it's those moments in life, that they were anything, if they were anything but perfect. And so, that's my way of giving back and helping people to create those moments that they will never forget.
You have a very exciting career path. I mean, everything from gift coordinating to marketing, planning, and, diva dating, everything that you've done in the past, all the way up to now, owning your own company. What would you say has been the biggest challenge in being a woman of the 21st century, owning her own company, being a wife, being a mother? There's so many hats, that we as women wear in general. And specifically with you, you've done so many things. What's been the most challenging part of kind of climbing that career ladder, if you will?
The most challenging part for me is having so many ideas. I'm the idea person. Someone can make, I've had friends that'll make a joke about a product or service that, that the world needs, and I can literally just then spit out a whole, business plan, marketing and all, how you sell it, just instantly, and that's just the way my brain works. So sometimes when I have all these great ideas, it's hard to just really stay focused on what I've chosen to do and not kind of go off in all of these other directions. So, it's making sure that, once you select your path, that you push forward and, that I'm not just kind of going all over the place. That's
Right.
really been my challenge.
Well, you seem to have found the perfect formula and overall balance, for being able to accomplish what you feel is your purpose in life. And every time we have conversations like this, I just think about our listeners who are out there right now listening to you, being inspired and empowered by what you're saying. What are some suggestions that you can give our listeners who are interested in venturing out on their own, starting their own company like you have?
I tell anyone who's interested in starting their own business to do it. Most people won't try because they're afraid to fail. And one quote that I live by is by Robert Kennedy, and he said, "Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly." So I'd first say, don't be afraid to fail. As I said, we started Diva Dating back in 2004. We were only able to sustain it for a year, not because it was a bad business model, but because we had poor planning and, weren't able to sustain it financially. And that didn't stop me. I could have said, oh, well, it didn't work when I did it the first time. Why should I start a business now? And so you can't be afraid to fail. And my second piece of advice is to start with a $1.99 investment in your future. That probably sounds very low and very odd, but I think the first step in getting down that path is to really harvest your ideas and take $1.99 and purchase a spiral notebook and begin just jotting down all the business ideas that you have. Keep that notebook with you so that you never miss out on an idea. And no matter how silly or unrealistic it may seem at the time, write it down. Because these ideas and notes will then become the foundation of your business plan. There's another quote that I'd like to share, and that's, choose a job you love, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. And that's what I've done. And I believe that everyone can also do that as well.
So inspirational. And you heard it right here, folks. Go out there, get your notebooks, write the vision, make it plain, and you can one day be just as successful as Miss Brandi here. And Brandi, we have awesomely enjoyed the time we spent with you today. Can you tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you to learn more about your company and your services?
Okay. The telephone number for Star-Studded Weddings and Events is 770-294-7363. Or you can visit us on the web at www.yourStarStuddedEvents.com, and that's with 2 R's in star.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Brandi, for joining us today. We're definitely going to be more equipped to rise to the occasion when one of our loved ones decides to take that big step towards marriage and planning any other event as well. So we want to thank you for all of your awesome advice.
Thank you so much. I have enjoyed myself.
Wonderful. And all of our listeners, make sure you join us next time for another episode of Community Central. I'm Ariane, signing off on your home for the hottest topics, www.communitycentraltv.com. Peace and increase.